We finally got a weather window to get out of the Abacos and head on down to Eleuthera. Beau's over here kind of planning our little route, looking at the weather and the wind and seeing how long it's going to take us. So let's check it out.
Thanks, Lovey.
Welcome. How's it looking?
Good. It's going to be a long sail. It's going to be about as long as our crossing over to the Bahamas. Maybe even a little bit longer.
But one tiny difference.
We're going to be sailing overnight. We're going to sail overnight because of all the bommies. That way, when we get there, we can at least see if we're going to hit anything or not. According to Navionics, it's going to be a roughly 60 nautical mile trip. It's going to take us about 15 hours, 16 hours, something like that.
So I'm making a little snack for our trip. This is going to be kind of one of the first overnight longer sails that we've done. So I'm making up some yummy little snacks. I just toasted up some coconut flakes, some almonds and pecans, and then I'm mixing it in with some flaxseed and peanut butter and chocolate chips. So it'll be our snack for later when we are hungry and bored.
Before we take off, we gotta raise the dinghy since we're going on the outside and kind of clean up the deck a little bit. It's a little messy. Straighten out our lines, raise the sails, and head on out. Since we're going to be going on the outside, we have to run the safety lines just in case I need to go up to the front of the boat or to the mast. I want to make sure I'm nice and secure.
Wish that I could stay. Wish for this moment to never go away. But it's all in my mind, and though I know that there is nothing to find.
Made it out of the inlet without any, well, they had a little bit of difficulties. I dropped the mainsail right as we got to the inlet, and since it was coming from the north and the inlet is pretty much a east-west in-out, we had to scramble to get the mainsail back up. Brandy had to turn the boat into the wind and I had to hurry and get the main up, and in the whole process the topping lift broke. But outside of that, it was pretty easy. We did have some 8-foot rollers beating against us, but the period was pretty long, so they weren't really an issue. Now we're just headed south to Eleuthera. We'll probably get there sometime in the morning. It's a nice 10-15 knot breeze from the north, so we're just doing a little downwind sailing. We just have the head sail out right now. Tonight's gonna be our first overnight sail. A little exciting, not too nervous. We checked out all the weather and we look like we're gonna be in the clear, but you never know. We're just gonna do the 3-hour on, 3-hour off watch. Or we might even try out, just go until we get tired and wake the other person up. See how well that goes. Right now Brandy's a little tuckered out, so I am currently helming. Looks like we'll be sleeping in the cockpit like when we made our crossing over to the Bahamas. Just lost the fish. Wah, wah. It was a huge mahi. he hit the line. I saw him jump out of the water once, and I was like, oh man, because I had to wake Brandy up to grab the wheel. I was like, Lovey, fish on. So I pretty much, like, when I do that, I just leave the wheel. And she's good about jumping up and grabbing it. But I ran over there, and by the time I got there, he jumped out. He got back in the water, and I started reeling on it a little bit, and the line snapped. I was like, oh. He was so big. He's pretty too, like big and blue. Man. Oh well. There will be more fish to catch.
More fish in the sea.
More fish in the sea.
So it's my turn to be helming right now. Beau's taking a little nap down in the V-berth. Right now we're going about 4-ish knots. Only head sail up. It's a little rocky and rolly. And it is pitch black because no stars are out, no moon is out because it's super cloudy. But it hasn't been too bad. Just lonely. I wish the moon would come out. It'd make this a lot easier.
It's a beautiful night out tonight. Got like a half moon going on. It's about, I don't know, 2:30 in the morning. We've had nice steady breeze at our back, blowing about 10-15 knots. No real gusts. The waves have been pretty calm. They flattened out once we got to deeper waters. In the beginning there, they were probably about 8-foot rollers, but they were pretty spaced out, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, it's been a great sail. We're averaging probably about 3 knots. Taking a little bit longer than we had expected, but we got time. So that behemoth looks really far, but it's pretty close. I was getting a little nervous there for a minute, but I basically stalled the boat. I'm just gonna let him pass. Don't want to get in his way.
The wind has picked up quite a bit. We are hauling tail, 7 knots with just the head sail up. We've got some swell, but it's following us, so that's good. And it's raining. Beau is currently helming. I'm gonna make some coffee, and I think he wants to throw out the line just to see if he can catch something, because there's a lot of birds fishing right now. So we had a change of plans. We were heading to a little bit north of where we're at now, but instead of tacking forever to get there, we decided just to take one tack and head a little south. And there's a little harbor here that we can go to and get some din-din. And also hide from any of the north wind that's coming in the next couple of days. And then we can always make a little jump up north and do our little area that we were looking at before. So also, Wendy definitely lied to us about there being sun right now. The only reason I have my sunglasses on is because of the sea spray that keeps getting in my face and My home duty is over, so I decided to implore my favorite rubber duck.
Crack, 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 crack.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bad time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, you're my favorite bad time gal. Pow. Heading into Hatchet Bay Harbor, which supposedly is the best, most protected anchorage in the entire of Eleuthera. In the entire country of Eleuthera, because it's so big, so many choices, but it's gonna be a nice little place to tuck in for the next couple of days to protect us against some of these winds. And I'm just ready to get warm and not cold and wet anymore. How about you?
That'd be nice, but it's just sailing.
Insert eye roll.
I wasn't quick enough to catch the eye roll, but there was a hardcore eye roll.
Is that it? Are you sure that's it?
I think so. It's tiny. We could probably sail in. It's a really short channel, maybe 10 yards. But tight situations like this is when we like to use the motor. We're glad we have it. So we're just gonna get as close as we can, drop the head in the main, and then kick on the motor.
Good morning, Eleuthera. Nice and calm anchorage. I think this anchorage is going to live up to its name. We are going to be the most protected we can be in Eleuthera. Time to change the solar panels.
After our lovely wet and wild ride over, I'm gonna hang out everything to dry. If I could hang out Una, I'd probably dry her too. She was such a trooper on the way over. She pretty much just slept in the cockpit, minding her own business. We were originally going to go to a location just north of here, but when we turned the corner, it was gonna be a lot of tacking to get up to it. And it was almost meant to be because we had one tack to get into this place. And we figured since we wanted to get in and set anchor last night, that we should just head here. And it's worked out so perfectly because now that we've looked at the weather even further in, we're gonna have a pretty nasty system coming in Tuesday. And this is gonna be great for it. So we're gonna be able to kind of rest up, do some videos. Beau's got some boat work that he's gonna do today, and just relax a little bit from that sail over. But we never have a plan. That's kind of one thing we want to reiterate. There's never a plan. There's always just an idea of what we're going to do. Because if we had a plan and we tried to stick to it, we probably would have been exhausted. We've been setting anchor at night and we wouldn't have been able to enjoy this area.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Sailing Saoirse. If you guys liked it, give us a big thumbs up and give us a comment about what you'd like to see more of. Also, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and share it with your friends, family, co-workers, next door neighbors. It all helps.
Also, we want to give a big, huge, gigantic thank you to all of our patrons. Your support has been amazing, and if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. We want to encourage anybody out there who is watching our videos and liking what you're seeing to join our Patreon family. It really does help, not only with our video production, but to keep us on our journey, and we want to keep doing this for you guys. So please consider joining our Patreon family.
If you want notification of when our videos get released, hit the bell.
Ring my bell, ding, ding, ding.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Without my love for the ocean,